Guys, welcome. MaskMonger here. It is I, Tim Cecil, Vinny Ratlock, Mick Chill, Susan if it makes you happy. This is MaskMonger, where I make masks, I show masks off, I do unboxings, I do reviews and all kinds of stuff. Today, I wanted to show you guys that it was finally finished. If you saw the first two episodes of the first poll, you'll notice that I made the sculptures for a brand new mask. Even though it's a brand new mask, it's based on an old mask. And if you guys have also been following, you'll know that I've been really talking a lot about one of my favorite bands when I was younger, Sykotik Sinfoney. You want to hear some of their stuff? Anyway, I've already done a mask sculpt based off of Krusty Utter, and I've done a mask sculpt based off of Zoid Sweetie. And so the next one I wanted to tackle was the bassist, who goes by the name PETRIFILO, or PETRIFILO. I still haven't gotten that cleared up yet. But the bassist's real name is Tim Young, and he is still playing with other bands and stuff right now, even though Sykotik Sinfoney hasn't been together for quite some time. And I had actually reached out to him saying, hey, I want to kind of do PETRIFILO mask next. You cool with that? And he was like, yeah. And so what I wanted to do was several things. And looking in this retrospectively, I think this is almost the best version I could come up with it. One of the things I noticed was, even though the mask came all the way down, it was extremely baggy, and I noticed he had to almost like clip it in the back or something like that, and it was extremely floppy. So the mask is a little bit stronger for that reason, but it doesn't go all the way down. It actually is kind of like a 3/4 mask. It goes to about right here on the back of the head. So since it goes there and there's still much more exposed skin, another thing I wanted to do is, if we left it as that, then it would still flop around a lot. For example, let's say he ever wanted to perform wearing it again. It would fly off his head. So, just like we've done with some of the others, we added a leather adjustable strap to the back. So not only does that one piece go right about here on into his head, down around here is an adjustable belt style leather strap that he can tighten or however if he's performing. Next, the original, and I've seen photos before of it, even though I do not have any photos to show you. The original mask itself had a long black braid hanging down, which he ended up cutting off. So when you see him perform later and you see a hair in a ponytail, it's his actual hair sticking out of the back of the mask. But it did still have remnants up around the top, below the hat, of black hair. So I wanted to incorporate that as well, and gave it a paint job. Now I will tell you guys, I had this sculpted for a while, and at the time I ran out of funds, just extra funds, you know, the fun money, you know, the stuff where you spend on frivolous stuff, because this wasn't ordered by anybody. It wasn't a commission piece or anything. This was just something of my own leisure. So I did not have the medium that was needed to make the mold. So I kind of put it on the back burner, and I told myself, you know, as long as I'm keeping it covered and spraying it, it should be fine. But also during that was the 2 weeks that we had where it was 90 to 100 degrees weather, and the creation station of Ratlock Labs isn't exactly as deep under Minneapolis, Indiana as I say. So the heat got to it. It got cracked. Even, you know, daily and twice a day spritzing it with water and stuff, eventually there was cracks going all throughout, even in the hat, because I did the sculpt of the head is a separate sculpt of the hat. So when I finally was able to get the plaster of Paris and other mixtures for it, I did what I could the night before to re-patch up the cracks and fill them in with extra clay and whatnot, and then the next day we went right into making the mold, which the mold came out wonderfully. It's a one-part mold, and here you go with it. There's the face on the inside, one huge piece. I'm almost confident enough to do a full-headed sculpt, but I'm still not wanting to do my whole issue is I don't want to do a 2-part mold. I want to just keep doing a 1-part mold. So more studying, got to build up more confidence to get there. And not only was I able to do that, I had a separate mold, sculpted mold made for the hat that goes on top. So I'm getting ready to show you guys exactly what it looks like. And with that, you'll be able to notice the differences between the mask he originally wore and the one I have now. Because like I pointed out in the past, these masks are kind of my own touch on things. So they're not exactly, verbatim, the masks that they had. These are just kind of like my interpretation of them. And here's PETRIFILO right here. Boom. Check that out. Like I said, one of the other things is I know he cuts his mouth out completely so you can see him and he can breathe better. I am leaving the mouth on. When he gets it, he can cut the mouth off if he wants. And then there is the hat with the hair. Now, originally they cut the hair off the back, the ponytail, the braid, cut it completely off. So we're going to leave the hair still on it. The hat is different from the hat from the mask. It looked more like a bonnet. I sculpted it more like, it was kind of the equivalent of seeing like a hobo hat, if you will. So the fun thing is I plan on making some hats by themselves. That'll be really cool. And other than that, yeah, he had the eyes cut out. He had the mouth cut out. I wanted to leave the mouth on. The eyes are still enough where you see the stuff, but I think it really did come out really well. I showed it to him. He loved it, and he's my first customer. He's already purchased. Actually, this one, number 1, is going to be going to him. So PETRIFILO is getting his mask back. He's getting his face back. And so I'm really helped. And I think what I like about this being, I now have 4 sculpts. Crusty Utter 1, Zoid 2, 3, and 4. So 4 sculpts dealing with Sykotik Sinfoney, which was a band that I absolutely loved. I still think they're great. I still listen to their music. So being this part in this time of my life where I'm actually able to help contribute to them and do something like this that not only can help fans get pieces of iconography from the bands that they like, that they grew up with, but people out there like you, who's never even heard of Sykotik Sinfoney before, is gonna go and click on a link or something, watch Manic Depresso or watch their Bob Mustang special where they perform and stuff. So I like doing my part, showing people that stuff that I was interested in when I was younger, that I still have an interest in, and opening new eyes and ears to their music and stuff. So Tim, I hope you enjoy this as much as I enjoyed making it, and we'll do some close-up shots and stuff here. But before I go, I just want to remind you guys to always remember
shadows dark, scheming with a heartless spark. Gadgets whirl, lights of blue, tales of horror they bestow. In his lap the gears they grind, mad creations twist the mind. Dreams of power will confound. Finity's voice the only sound.
Make sure to press the like button, smash the subscribe button, and guess what?
What?
Turn on the notifications. Thank you. See you soon.